Hi Flosstube, this is Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. It is Thursday, April 12th. It is a windy, overcast day. This morning it could not decide whether it was raining or snowing. It was kind of doing both, back and forth. I think my kids and I decided to term it slushing. It was at some points as if slush was falling from the sky. Blech. Right now we're not having any rain or snow, but it's very windy. But yeah, spring in Utah. Sometimes it's warm and sometimes it's just ridiculous. I'd like to thank my subscribers, viewers, commenters. I love this community. It is so welcoming and friendly, and I've been able to form friendships in this cross-stitch community, which is just wonderful. I would like to shout out one of the people that I formed a bit of a friendship with. Rachel, I found her first, well, she found me, I think, but we met through Facebook and Instagram, and then just this past week I realized that she had a Flosstube. She is Rachel in Stitches. She has 3 videos, no, 4. Her first one is just a brief video showing some of her past finishes, and then she's got 3 official Flosstube videos, and she gave me a shout out a little bit ago. So yeah, go check her out. And I also wanted to shout out Melinda S. She has 8 videos. She, in her most recent video, showed a finish that she did. It was a Lizzie Kate, it's called the 4 Seasons Flip It, where it's like a little house for each season, and she put them all together into one piece, and then had a quote at the bottom for every time there is a season, or for everything there is a season. Yeah, you'll have to go check her out if you want the full quote, but yeah, she it's a beautiful finish, and she is working on history of sheep, and talks a lot in her most recent video about her love of art, especially Dolly, and so yeah, go check her out. Again, that's Rachel in Stitches for the first, and Melinda S, and I will link those below. Let's move right into my whips. Let's see, for the first one, this is a piece that I designed, and it's like super simple. I call it Deer in the Woods, and it's just border, star, deer, trees, quote. Very simple. I'm going to come around and make sure that that was showing up, because I'm always paranoid that I'm going to show something and it's not going to show. There we go. Perfect. I took a walk in the woods and came out taller than the trees. Okay. And that one is where? Here it is. Very small. I'm stitching this 1/1 on 28 count. I think this is a tea-dyed Monaco. It's so tiny. Look at this star. I'm going to keep my finger there for size comparison, and it's just so little. It's so cute. So I'm enjoying working on this little piece. I was really excited. The border lined up, so I didn't miscount anything, so that's always good. So yeah, that is Deer in the Woods. And let's see. Got stuff all over my lap and my bench next to me and stuff. Okay. So the next piece that I worked on this week is my dolphin sketch. And this was the one that I was getting kind of frustrated because I was constantly saying, I'm close to a page finish, I'm close to a page finish, and I never really got my page finish. This week I got my page finish. And And here is page 1 of 8 completed. And it's very satisfying to have a finish, even, you know, to have a page finish. That's really fun. Before I continue working on this one, I am going to take out all these gridding stitches and replace them with probably fishing line, just so that as I continue to stitch, I won't be stitching into the gridding thread and making it really difficult to get the thread out later. But yeah, for those who aren't familiar with, or you know, who are new to my channel, this piece is based on a drawing that I did in high school, and I just turned it into a cross-stitch pattern via pick2pat.com. That's PIC2pat.com. All right. I put in a little bit more work on my dimensions kit, Roses on White Chair. This one I'm slowly but surely making progress. Like, I do it a little bit at a time because the fabric is not my favorite to work on. It's Ada. This is going to be beautiful when it's done. I love the way it looks. It's just this fabric is so thick and stiff. This is 14 count Ada that came with the kit. Let's see, what did I do this time? I put in, I'm pretty sure it was this pink right here, that, and put some in throughout here and out along these outlying flowers. I think next time I put work into this, I'll work on the little watering can that or bucket or tin or whatever it is. I'll put some work in on that because I'm getting tired of working on those flowers. Not really tired, just ready for something else. And let's see, this piece, Spring House by Brooks Books, from the House for All Seasons freebie collection. Last time I just had like the house square, the yellow. I'll show you one here. I had like the house and stuff and had started the whites on the windows, and that was it. And so this week, ta-da! I finished the windows, I put in the door, and I gave the house most of a roof. I just have a few of those roof tile things left, 2 full ones and a half one, and the roof will be done, and then I think I'll probably move on to the chimney, and then maybe there's a bird on the chimney over here and another one down here, so I'll put those birds in and go from there. When I was stitching this, and I realized that this door was like this bright pink, I just died. It's so cute. I love it. And, you know, the pretty green wreath and everything. So I am loving how this is turning out. It's very cute. Okay. Those are my whips. Let's see, I did some more knitting this week. On Sunday I started a new hat. Again, this is the Super Simple Hat pattern, and I'll link it below. I think I'm addicted to making these. This is my second hat, and I already have yarn for another one and requests for more from my daughter, and probably I'll have to make one for everyone in the family just because that's how it goes. But I made this hat, I gave this one a little bit longer of a cuff, brim, whatever you call it. It's not long enough to like roll up, but yeah. This is, let me see if I can remember. Caron Simply Soft, grape ombre, or is it ombre? Ombre? I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but you know what I'm talking about. So I was working on this one this week, and my oldest daughter was like, "Who are you making that for?" Huh? Who are you making that for? So I was like, "Well, would you like it?" Because yeah, I pretty much figured that's what she was asking, and so yeah, this hat has been claimed by my 12-year-old Zaylee, and she is pretty happy with it. And it was originally going to be for me, but that's okay. I went ahead and got myself another skein of yarn to make a hat for myself, and I'll be getting more for, let's see, Audrey wants one just like this but blue, and I'll probably do one for the boys and one for my husband, and yeah. And then I like these neutrals. This is Vanna's Choice Lion Brand Taupe Mist. So that's my knitting stuff. Designing. I talked a little bit about, you know, the Deer in the Woods pattern that I designed. Last time I talked about my Saxon Transylvania band sampler. Again, I'll come around and show this. So this was the Saxon Transylvania band sampler. I'll just scroll up. Super intense and awesome and amazing and beautiful. There was a lot of interest on Facebook in purchasing this pattern and doing a stitch along. The problem with that was that this isn't made up almost entirely of bands and motifs from that book, Charted Peasant Designs from Saxon Transylvania. This was not made up of my own designs. I just took what was available and compiled them. That being said, these are all you know, historic designs that have been around for centuries, and so I wasn't sure ethically, copyrightally, if I would be able to sell it. So I contacted the publisher of the book, and then I heard back from them, and they said that they would be fine with me selling the band sampler pattern. So I will be selling that. And in the meantime, while I was waiting to hear back from them, I had pretty much convinced myself that I wasn't going to be able to sell that pattern, and that I needed to create a new one that was a very similar style, that was my own motifs, and, you know, based on the the borders and the motifs and everything, but doing my own. And so I, in the meantime, created Ye Old Band Sampler. Doop. Come on. There we go. It's got these lions, my version of the dancing ladies, it's got an alphabet, there's some deer and birds, and there's some unicorns, and this is a quote from Shakespeare, which makes it anachronistic to the sampler because Shakespeare came much after most of these motifs, but I thought that it was nice. The web of our life is of a mingled yarn, good and ill together. Let me see if I can zoom in on some of this. These lions are based on ancient Saxon heraldry, as well as the unicorns. And so that's really cool. This was so much fun to put together. And now I'm going to have to be double crazy and not only stitch the original Saxon Transylvania band sampler, but now I have to stitch Ye Olde band sampler as well. And I'm also going to sell that one too. And I am crazy. They're both 250 stitches wide and 600 stitches long. I will be stitching them 1/1 on 25 count. And it will take me the rest of my lifetime, probably. But it's gonna look awesome. I think I'm gonna stitch them side by side on the same cloth because I'll show you in a bit. I got the fabric for the Saxon band sampler, and it is wide enough to fit both on there. So I'm pretty sure I've lost my mind in deciding to stitch both of those. But it's going to be incredible when it's done. All right, so that is the band samplers, and I did one more design. This one is smaller, it's only 100 by 100, and it's cute and colorful and almost the opposite of my band samplers, but this is Springtime Sampler. Oops. There we go. Springtime Sampler. It's got an alphabet, it's got buttercups and tulips, and I forget what these are called, but you know, pretty purple flowers, a bluebird and a robin, and a cute little birdhouse. Sorry, there's a glare there. There we go. And a butterfly. Yeah. This is spring. And let's see. So that's what I've been designing this week, and that is a lot of designing. And I think I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm having so much fun with it. And you know, I have been mentioning throughout the video that I will be selling this and that. Yes, all of the things that I'm designing I am going to sell. Fun news, I will be opening an Etsy shop. It will be this always happens. My mind just kind of like stops working for a second, and I'm like, what on earth was I gonna say? It'll be the same, like Ivy House Crafter, just like on Flosstube and on Instagram. And yeah, I will be offering PDF patterns for cross stitch. Anybody who has any advice or experience with selling patterns on Etsy or just selling patterns in general, hit me up. Help me, please. Help me figure this out. Give me advice. Any things as a buyer that draw you to patterns, or that when you buy a pattern, things that you like to see in the pattern, or things that bug you about patterns. I know that this is something that I want to do, and I want to do it well. But I'm very, very inexperienced. So any help, advice, encouragement, anything, please, yeah. Moving on to haul. Speaking of the Saxon band sampler and the Ye Olde band sampler, for the fabric, I got this off of 123 Stitch, and it is just a great big piece of, where on earth is this sticker? So I know what it is. 25 count white Lugana, 36 by 27. So there's enough room for one band here and one band here, and it will go all the way down. So yeah, really big piece of fabric. I think the finished size of each of those band samplers, stitch 1/1 on 25 count, will be 10 inches wide and 2 feet long. So yeah, just great big beautiful piece of fabric, and I decided on a color. I know I'm going to need a whole lot more than the 5 skeins that I bought, but I got 5 just to start with. This is DMC 520, and it's just a relatively dark, soft green color, and I think that will look really pretty. Traditional would have been black or like a bright red or a bright deep blue, and none of those are really my color. So soft green it is, and that's going to be really pretty. So that is kitted up and ready to start for Stitch Mania. I don't know if I'm going to start both of them in May or if I'm going to completely stitch one and then go in and stitch the other one. I haven't completely decided exactly how I'm going to do that yet. But I will start band sampler stitching in May. Let's see. I also kitted up another start for May. Excuse me. Will be, I've got the hiccups. This is like the 3rd time I've had the hiccups today. This is crazy. The Birds Sampler by Brenda Keys from Traditional Samplers. And I'm using all the called for floss. I'll be stitching it on 32 count lamb's wool Jobelin. This is the smallest count fabric that I will have ever worked on, and the pattern is stitched over 2 except for the words are stitched over 1, so that should be really interesting. And get all the flosses. There's the flosses. It's going to be so pretty. Yep. Lovely flosses. So that makes the bird sampler completely kitted up. And these hiccups need to go away. Okay. I also got the floss for the Pokemon ABCs and the Minecraft ABCs, both of which are free downloads from happycupcakecreations.blogspot.com. And I will stupid hiccups. Somebody scare me and make them go away. I kitted those both up at the same time, so I'm going to show all the floss together because I don't remember which was which, and some of them are for both. There's lots and lots of floss. I've got like this whole big thing of floss. Lots of bright colors. And most of these colors, there's only a handful of stitches of each, so that is good for stash. I'm gonna have like the whole collection of DMC before I know it. I'm not gonna show, but I bought some size 28 needles. The smallest that I've used so far is size 26, and I really like that, and so I'm excited to try the really tiny size 28 needles and see how I like that. And one more thing that I bought. I cannot go to Joann's without checking out the remnants bin, and they had this really cute this really cute fabric. It's got oven mitts and bowls and measuring cups, flour, sugar, butter, mixer. And if you look closely at the mixer, there's a little ladybug on the handle. Isn't that cute? So that will be a project bag. Once I get around to sewing again, I've been spending all my time designing and fitting in a little bit of stitching here and there when I can, and I haven't done any sewing this week. Oh. So I've done designing and knitting and a little bit of stitching, but I haven't done any sewing. So that just about wraps things up. I kind of wanted to start doing a question at the end of each video. I know that there are other floss tubers that do that, and it's always fun to go through and read answers, and I want to get to know you better, and so yeah, I say and a lot. Oh well. So this week's question is inspired by my spring house and that beautiful door. What I want to know is, what color is the door to your house? And if you could change it, what would you want it to be? Our door is kind of a grayish pale blue color, and it's really dirty because I never bother washing it, and we kind of kick it open sometimes when we're bringing in groceries and stuff, so it's scuffed and dirty and a dusty grayish blue color. If I could change it, I think I would want it to be dark green, because then it would match our roof, and in the summer when the ivy grows all over the house, I think it would just look really, really neat to have all the green ivy on the house and the dark green roof and the green door. So yeah, I think I would change it to be a dark kind of a forest green color. So yeah, tell me, what color is your door and what color would you like it to be? And that is all I have today. Have a great week. Happy stitching. Bye.